Hello and welcome to the Garden Gurus. I'm Trevor Cochran. We have got another fantastic program for you today, packed full of down-to-earth gardening advice. We'll give you all the tips, hints and secrets to having a beautiful green lawn like this, or maybe even the most perfect garden plants. Here's what's coming up on today's show. Nigel shares his tips and tricks for repairing your lawn after the wear and tear of a stay-at-home summer. Sue looks at how to revive your garden and promote your plant's health and development. And I'll show you a range of secateurs fit for pruning jobs in the garden.
Dig, 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 digging around. Dig, 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 digging the ground. I got my spade, I got my hoe, I got my rake, and I'm ready to go.
I've spent a lot of time through the years spreading compost into garden soils, trying to keep moisture and nutrients in around the plant's roots. The nature of highly productive gardens is that the soil quickly becomes depleted of nutrient because we plant more intensively than would occur naturally. I've found a way to dramatically change the soil structure, improving its ability to hold nutrient and moisture without adding an artificial polymer. And it's making a huge difference to the results that I get. This is an incredible, naturally occurring rock mineral, but it's as rare as hen's teeth. It's called biogenic amorphic silica. And what biogenic means is that it was once living. In fact, there was an ocean in the north of Australia about 125 million years ago, full of plankton. And as the plankton died and fell on the ocean floor, it eventually solidified. And then over the years, well, it's fossilised and turned into this remarkable stone that can absorb 40 to 50% of its volume in water, and at the same time it's negatively charged. So it's sucking up nutrients, releasing them back to the plant's roots slowly as it needs it. There's nothing that I've ever seen that's quite like this. Once you put it in your soil, it's changed forever. So how does it work? Well, crushed into the right grade and added to the soil at a rate of 1.5 to 2 kgs per square metre, it dramatically improves the soil's wettability. You need a rotary hoe or to cultivate the mineral magic into the topsoil to get the best effect. And once you've added it, it will always be there, absorbing and discharging nutrients to the plant's roots. Once integrated into the topsoil, you'll have to soak it, effectively charging the rock with moisture. And then you just stand back and let the rock support the growth thereafter. Now, I mentioned it's called biogenic amorphic silica. Look at the way it's holding that water now. It's just like mud. It's unbelievable. But what makes it so good is actually the silica that's in there. You see, silica lacks in most of our soils all over the country, at least in a soluble form. And when it's available to the plant, it strengthens the cell walls, which makes them stronger against pest attack and disease attack. And that goes for us as well. So if we're ingesting this, we're getting the silica, it's making us stronger too. To get the best results, integrate it into the garden bed's topsoil and then mulch over afterwards. If your soil is poor quality, add a dose of Troforte AM to boost the beneficial microbe populations. And then that's it. You just plant away. Now, this incredible mineral has never been available to Australian gardeners before, but it is now. And once you apply it into your soil, and it doesn't matter whether your soil's a heavy clay or a light fluffy sand, it will change the structure of it for the better forever. So now's the time to be getting it in. The downside is it's not commonly available. It's called Mineral Magic. You want to check out the website if you want to get some for your place and find out your local retailer. But boy, oh boy, does it do a pretty amazing job in improving soil structure and quality.
The culinary connoisseurs amongst you should recognise this plant here. It's the bay tree, and fabulous in all sorts of dishes where you want that bay leaf flavour. But what you might not know is it also makes an excellent hedge, which is what we're doing here. Just plant it out in a nice fertile soil, plenty of moisture, lots of sun, and then prune as you would any other hedge. Regular pruning and at the height you want. And if you run out of bay leaves and you're cooking up a dish, no need to pop down the shops. Out you come and pick it off. Beautiful. More tips coming up after the break.
You might already know that I'm a self-confessed salad fanatic. And today I've got 3 rippers to show you from the Swan Valley Nursery Renaissance range. Now, this is especially for the impatient gardener. I want to introduce you to the Speedy Gonzales of the vegetable plot. This is a black radish. It grows like crazy in a nice warm open spot with free draining soil. So I'm just going to pop this in here. You could be harvesting these within a couple of weeks. And look, they're fantastic in salads, stir fries, just a very, very handy vegetable. And don't forget, you can eat the leaves as well. Of course, there's no salad without tomatoes, and this is one of the latest varieties. It's called black cherry. Fruits are about that big and they're a purple-black colour. Now, straight away, that tells you that they're loaded with antioxidants, so they're going to be very good for you. A terrific variety. It does need staking, and one to put out in a nice sunny spot. Even at this time of the year, you'll get some growth, and these just take off as soon as they hit the ground. If you want to add a bit of kapow to your salads, then this is the vegetable. It's called wild rocket, and it's got a lovely peppery flavour to it, so it adds a bit of bite. Easy to grow. All year round you can plant it out, and even in the middle of summer, if it misses a drink, it'll survive. So it's a pretty tough little character. Now is the perfect time to plant up a storm of salad veggies, because you know, you don't just eat salads in summer.
Get a load of this beauty. This is one of my favourite shrubs in the garden. Now, I think that it's probably one of the most beautiful plants. There's so much variety when it comes to the different flowers. Interesting little point, they are edible. And if you're not sure what this plant's name is, well, let me give you a hint. It's named after Leonard Fuchs, who was a German botanist. Now, we know it, of course, as Fuchsia, but if we were going to call it by its name properly, it would be Fuchsia. Interesting thing about this plant is that it really loves cool conditions. It grows in South America naturally. There are so many different varieties, and if you want to get the best results, the cooler, milder conditions is when you should be putting it into your garden. Fuchsias are easy to grow. They just need consistent soil moisture levels and a feed. With new plants, get them into some of that Osmocote potting mix. They'll love it. Feed regularly and keep in a wind and hot sun protected position. Then stand back.
If you've got a large area in your garden and you're looking for a ground cover, why not try natives? I've got a grevillea growing here and a myoporum, and both of them are extremely hardy plants. They're frost tolerant and drought tolerant once established, and they both produce flowers that the bees love. So for more gardening inspiration and tips, keep watching here on The Garden Gurus.
Just 1 teaspoon of soil contains billions of bacteria and beneficial soil microbes. And if you add up all the other living elements in just this much soil, there's more life than the humans on the planet. So it really brings into perspective just how important living soil is to plants, to gardens, in fact, the whole planet. If you think garden soil, you can make the most difference by recycling all the leaves that are dropping, particularly from deciduous trees. A little bit of moisture, hopefully from the rain, and the addition of sea salt over them will not only deliver microbes to the soil, it will help the leaves break down into nutrient-rich compost for the garden. At this time of the year, a watering can and a bottle of sea salt isn't far away from my side. When transplanting or dividing perennials, drench the roots, and if the plant is small enough, dunk it in a bucket with a solution before putting it back in the ground. Fill up the hole and let it drain away before planting. I would love to be able to peel back the layers of soil and show you the difference in the root system of the plants that are treated with sea salt and those that aren't. But I can't do that, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. Or better still, why don't you give it a go yourself? You'll be hooked. Love to hear your feedback, drop us a line. So now it's time to get planting.
Over the years, I've collected a lot of different plants for the garden, and with so many of them, they require a lot of watering. But there is a number of ways to conserve and be more water-wise in the garden. The first way to save water is to apply mulch to naked garden beds, raised gardens, and even potted plants. You can use any type of mulch, and one of my favourites is sugarcane, as it lasts 4 to 6 months in the garden before it will start to break down, conditioning the soil. Having a rain gauge is a really good way to calculate how much water your garden might have had after a storm, especially one like this. And if you're still not too sure, digging down into the first inch of your soil, you'll be able to tell if your plants will need a drink or not. Throughout the year, temperatures chop and change, and the water needs of our plants also switch. By installing drip irrigation, you can prevent wasted water in the garden. But what makes it even better is to use a smart water Wi-Fi tap timer that has the smart approved watermark, which is this one here. And tap timers are the easiest way to save and control the amount of water used in the garden. This tap timer comes with a Wi-Fi hub, which means you can control up to 4 of these WX1 timers in and around the garden. And if you have a larger scale garden just like me, or if you've got a collection of plants with different water requirements, you can water them perfectly with this here, and you can control how frequently you want it to come on and the time of day. And with the moisture sensor, you can also monitor how wet the soil is and the temperature, and it's all controlled through your smartphone. In the Home & Home app, you'll be able to set and adjust your timer as you require, and there is a misting and watering option available. So no matter if you're growing edible or tropical plants, you can water your plants as they require it. With an ever-changing climate, conserving water when we can will do wonders, even if it means leaving a bucket out in a storm to collect the rain and then using that water on the garden. And no matter how big or small the action is, our gardens and the environment will be thanking us for it.
Now, if you've got a bare wall and it's itching to have something planted up it, look for a climbing rose. They stay neat and compact, they're easy to prune. Over winter, you just get stuck into them. There's not many plants that cope with that blast of hot afternoon sun. If you want more planting tips, stay tuned after the break on The Garden Gurus.
I love my mowing. It helps keep your lawn thick and healthy when done regularly at the right height. Now, autumn is an important time of year for lawns, and I've got a few other lawn care tips to share with you. After a busy summer, compaction can be a problem, restricting the flow of air, water and nutrients, causing serious damage and ugliness. And these sexy sandals can be a big help. The spikes put holes into the soil, alleviating the problem. You can also use a garden fork, a spiked roller, or for the bigger jobs, a coring machine. You can follow this up with a light top dressing mix to fill the holes or cores. Don't go too thick though at this time of year, as the growth will soon be slowing down. If you've got any holes or damaged areas like this, fix them up with the mix and the grass will gradually grow back at the right level and you're back in business. It's also great as a turf underlay soil mix for new lawns and seeding, and for conditioning lawns. It contains slow-release fertiliser for feeding, it's got iron for greening, and it's got wetting agent for increased moisture retention. Fertilising in autumn works wonders for your lawn, giving it a nutrient top-up after summer and a health boost for the coming weeks, so it'll look its best and be prepared for winter. The nutrients in Scott's Lawn Builder are slowly released over 3 months with no sudden surge growth, just that gradual feeding, building a strong lawn and deep roots. And you don't have to water it in, which saves time, money and water. And using one of these spreaders ensures a nice, even coverage and just makes you look like a professional who knows what they're doing. If you want to increase the greening and thickness through winter, use a sports turf technique and oversow with seed. Lawn Thickener has the seed and the starter fertiliser in the box and is easy to apply to buffalo and all other lawn grass varieties.
If there's one job that I associate with the autumn, it's got to be pruning. It's a great time of the year to get out and get your garden into shape. And the reason is, well, in autumn, plants are still growing, so The recovery is very quick from a pruning process, whereas in winter, it's a lot slower, and that leaves the plant susceptible to pest and disease infestation. Now, there's two ways to prune your plants. There's the hard way and the smart way. I'm going to show you the smart way. To demonstrate the latest in technology in pruning, I've grabbed these Wolfgarten tools. The precision of German engineering is famous worldwide. These cleverly designed and rugged tools will last a lifetime if you care for them properly. The first thing you should do when selecting a pruner is place it in your hand. Once upon a time, there was a one size and shape fits all philosophy with pruners. So if you had big hands, the pruner may have sat deep in your hand with your fingers rolled over it. If it was too small, you had an open palm stance, and it could leave you with sore knuckles after a day's trimming. One of the things you'll notice straight away is just how beautifully designed these are. They're very carefully considered and they're extremely ergonomic. The other thing you'll notice is there's two types of pruners. There's this one here, which is a bypass. It's almost got like a scissor action as it goes through. And this one here, which is completely different. This is an anvil pruner. Now, this is going to do something quite different. They do serve a purpose, so having both of them in your arsenal is a really good idea. Anvils are a bit like a sharp knife in the kitchen, coming down on a chopping board. They're brilliant for hard, dead or dry wood. The bypass is all about clean cuts through green wood. They provide a clean cut, which is important with plants like roses when you're deadheading after a flower flush. This helps prevent disease infection and spread through your favourite plants. Now, there are other types of pruners that come with the same options like loppers. Loppers are an essential part of your garden tool collection. You've got the anvil style and the bypass, and these are designed to do the work that secateurs don't do. Now, what I mean by that is you don't want to be cutting big, thick branches with your secateurs. Doesn't matter whether it's anvil or bypass, you'll end up damaging them. What you need to do is bring in something that's a little heavier duty so you can get in and cut those thicker branches with ease. And that's what they do. But these are not normal loppers. The Wolfgarten loppers have some benefits and features that you don't usually see with garden tool loppers. The bypass lopper provides a clean cut like secateurs or hand pruners. It's ideal for greenwood. It's fantastic for magnolias, for instance. But here's the thing with the Wolfgarten loppers. They have an extension feature allowing you to reach higher without climbing. And you know how important it is to keep your feet on the ground with at least 2 solid points of anchoring as you do any activity in the garden. The anvil is great for deadwood or hardwoods, and the Wolfgarten difference is the leverage gearing in the design. This means you can close the blade over the wood, make your cut with hardly any effort. The gears increase the power, meaning you don't have to be extra strong to get the extra difficult branches pruned. Now, if you're pretty impressed with this range and would like to check them out for yourself, all you have to do is, well, one of two things. You can go down to your local specialist tool dealer. That's where you'll find this range. They're not commonly found. And of course, the great thing is these guys will show you how to use the tools. They'll actually give you a demonstration in store. You'll learn about all the features as you go along. There is another option, and this is one where you can order them online and have them delivered to your place. Now, that can be done. Of course, you can also find out where your local dealer is through that. And if you want to know what the really big difference between these tools and the rest is, apart from the German precision engineering, well, it's got to be the fact that they carry a 10-year warranty. That's about the best deal you're ever going to get. Check them out if you want tools that will last. You know what? We love lush green lawns here at the Garden Gurus, but if lawns get bad publicity for one thing, it's got to be the use of water and nutrients. They tend to use too much. But I've changed this lawn dramatically. I've implemented something quite different, adding a 125 million year old rock mineral into it that's going to reduce water and nutrient consumption by 50%. And I'll show you in a couple of weeks' time. That's all we've got for you this week on the Garden Gurus. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to get any information from today's show, all you have to do is simply visit our website. And if you've got any questions, become a friend on Facebook. We answer them. I'm Trevor Cochran. We'll see you next week for the Garden Gurus.